mean, it's a film that doesn't tell a story. It's a film that observes a story, and I think that the style of the film is designed to sensitize you to the undercurrents of what's happening. You know, that which is not being said. So there's an austerity to it, in all, from the production design to how the camera moves to the lensing to, you know, the metric of, like, the music of in the meter of the, you know, silences and what's said, and it's all really meant to be a confrontation with the things that we might ordinarily, especially in film, might ordinarily be insensitive to.
Well, physically, I watched a lot of tape on DuPont. He had commissioned a documentary on himself, and that was a great source of information about him. Not only what he wanted to project publicly, but there was raw footage in between takes where he's talking to the camera crew and to the documentarian, and it's a completely different side of him than the one he's projecting for the actual documentary. So I thought that was insightful, and he wrote many things. So there was a lot of material to sift through, and to watch him, you know, to watch his physicality, how he presented himself, and I think that helped the internal as well. And speaking to people like John Gira, who was his best friend, who was essentially a consultant all the way through the film, and worked with Channing and Mark with the wrestling. It's people like that who knew him were a great help to gain insight as to, you know, what made him tick. And again, it's my estimation as to who he was.
There's also, he is a very fierce person when he wants to be, and that also makes you feel protected when you're, you know, within his protection, I guess. But wrestling with him for 7 months, essentially, by the end of this film, you create a relationship kind of like no other relationship can be without having that sort of experience together. There's a suffering and a learning and a humbling aspect to it, and I truly, I mean, obviously Bennett held my hand all the way through this thing, but I can honestly say I would not have been able to survive this movie without Mark.
And I feel the same about Channing, and there's nobody more loyal and more committed that I could have thought of to have gone through this journey with. I lost my brother early, and so it was a nice momentary stand-in while I shot this film with him. And we went through a lot, and it was very confronting. And the training that we went through was particularly tough. And Bennett is a director that insists that you're not hiding behind anything.
Well, I was very, very excited and very in awe of all three actors and of Bennett. It was one of the most unique, actually a totally unique experience, which I'm extremely happy to have had. No. Thank you.
Oh.
Since I know you were in the Pittsburgh area, is there anything in particular that stands out from your time in Western Pennsylvania?
Cold. Very cold.
I'm going to say the Warhol Museum.